watching KDLT News, working for you.
Next on KDLT News at 10, an off-duty Sioux Falls police officer was charged with drinking and driving and is brought to the hospital after she rolls her car off Interstate 229.
Searchers have located what could be parts from JFK's cockpit. I'm Jim Hanchett. I'll have the latest on a search from HYANNISPORT.
And in tonight's In Focus, we'll take you to the field of prayers, where 26 teams have formed a league of their own with family-friendly rules. This is KDLT News. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Rosenfield.
And I'm Anna Peters. Thanks for joining us tonight.
An off-duty Sioux Falls police officer is caught driving drunk tonight when authorities say she rolled her car off of Interstate 229 at the Cliff Avenue exit. Ryan Henry reporting live in the studio tonight. Well, the news is grim tonight from the two-day-old search for survivors of the Kennedy plane crash.
Federal investigators say they're abandoning the rescue effort and turning their attention to recovering the bodies. Jim Hanchett has the latest from HYANNISPORT, Massachusetts.
Good evening. The families here in HYANNISPORT and their admirers across the nation knew this news was coming, but that makes it no easier. This is no longer a search for survivors. It is now a search for the bodies of John F. Kennedy Jr., his wife Carolyn, her sister Lauren.
I have spent some very painful moments with the families tonight. They have been very understanding all along and very appreciative of what we have been trying to do. And it was very difficult for me to share this information with them.
Larrabee says the conclusion is inescapable because of the cold water, the lack of life rafts on the Kennedy plane, the debris already recovered. No public comment from the Kennedys today. Senator Edward Kennedy seen at a private prayer service. That's Rory Kennedy. This was to be her wedding weekend. And that's Ethel Kennedy, surrounded by family. A family, President Clinton says, that has known tragedy generation after generation.
They have suffered much and given more.
There is, of course, another family in pain. This service for the Bassetts in Connecticut, where Carolyn and Lauren grew up. Tomorrow, searchers will focus on two targets on the ocean floor that could be what's left of the plane. And tomorrow, the Kennedy and Bassett families will begin planning funerals. Jim Hanchett, NBC News, HYANNISPORT, Massachusetts.
Thanks. That was NBC's Jim Hanchett reporting from HYANNISPORT, Massachusetts.
As the hours tick away and hope begins to fade, people here in the Sioux Empire are praying for the Kennedy family.
Right now, I just hope that they find them and bring them home.
I think for the family it's extremely important. It would be terrible, to go through life, not knowing where the body is for sure.
I think that that's a big piece of closure. It will be a big piece of closure for the family that they will need in order to be more settled with all of that. So I think it's pretty important.
You never find closure until you find the bodies, as far as I'm concerned. It's too bad, but that's the way it is.
I think it's important that they find the body, and it'll definitely help the family get through this time.
KDLT will continue to keep you updated on the search for the plane and its passengers.